had one of those moments, maybe looking up at a really starry sky?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you're lost in a big city crowd and suddenly you just feel incredibly
Oh,
small,
definitely.
like just one face among billions and billions, past and present.
Yeah, it's easy to feel a bit lost in the sheer scale of it all.
Exactly. And you start to wonder, amidst all that vastness, how could your individual story, your unique struggles, or I don't know, even your quiet joys possibly be truly seen or held?
It's a very human feeling that need to be seen.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a really powerful concept. It's drawn from this text called God's Everlasting Personal Love for You.
Mm-hmm.
And the source, it's really anchored by a profound ancient scripture reference, Jeremiah 31.3.
Right.
So our mission here is to explore what it actually means to be uniquely known, genuinely valued, and loved in a way that the source describes as, well, intensely personal, deeply unconditional, and undeniably everlasting.
What's immediately striking there, isn't it, is just the sheer weight of that title.
Yeah.
God's everlasting personal love for you.
Right.
It's not hinting at some kind of general benevolence. It really promises a deeply individual connection.
Right.
And, for those maybe less familiar, Jeremiah is a prophet in the ancient Hebrew scriptures.
Okay.
And this particular verse, I have loved you with an everlasting love, well, it's often cited as a cornerstone of divine faithfulness, you could say.
Mm-hmm.
It emphasizes a love that endures beyond circumstances, beyond human failing. So we're going to dig into how this love, as it's presented in the source, isn't just some poetic phrase, but maybe a fundamental attribute of the Creator, something that shapes how we understand ourselves.
Absolutely. And the source, it really doesn't waste any time getting to the heart of our individual significance.
No, it jumps right in.
It starts by grounding us in just the sheer scale of humanity, reminding us, 7 billion people live on this planet. Billions more have lived before us.
It's a staggering number.
It really is. It could easily make anyone feel insignificant, right?
Mm.
But then the text immediately pivots. It delivers this incredible, almost audacious statement. But there has never been anyone exactly like you.
Wait.
Think about that for a moment. You're not like mass-produced. You are literally one of a kind.
Mm-hmm.
The source invites us to consider our own uniqueness. It says, you have a personality that no one else carries, a set of gifts, talents, and weaknesses that make you unique. It's like this intricate, beautiful design.
Yeah.
And it even gets down to the specific physical details, which I found fascinating.
Sure.
Like body size and shape, freckles or wrinkles, scars and smiles, and nose and eyes that set you apart from every other person who has ever existed. It's such an intimate portrait of individuality.
It really is.
How often do we truly pause to consider that level of unique design?
Not often enough, probably.
Wow.
It's a profound thought, especially when we spend so much energy often trying to fit in or conform.
Right.
And the source isn't just talking about your fingerprints or your unique DNA, It's talking about your entire being. And it doesn't stop there. It emphasizes that your story, well, it's yours alone.
Yeah.
The text describes how you've navigated this journey. You've walked through pain and joy, victories and failures. You've laughed, you've wept, you've fought battles no one else has fought in quite the same way.
So specific.
And it's not a sanitized version of your life either, which I think is important.
Okay.
The source is refreshingly honest. It acknowledges the full spectrum of the human experience. It says you've been hurt, and yeah, you've hurt others.
Mm-hmm.
At times you've been the hero of your story, and, well, at other times maybe the villain.
That's relatable.
It's a recognition of the messiness, right?
Okay.
The contradictions, the complexities inside each of us. What really stood out to me here is the implication that every single twist and turn of your personal narrative,
Yeah.
every detail, every success, every misstep, it's not just generally understood, but it's intimately observed and known.
Mm.
It kind of challenges the idea that we can ever truly hide parts of ourselves, or maybe even from ourselves sometimes.
So, okay, we've painted this intricate picture of individual uniqueness, the good, the bad, the whole messy story.
Mm-hmm.
And then the source makes this truly powerful pivot. It doesn't just stop at acknowledging all this complexity. It transitions to this, well, mind-blowing assertion, and yet God knows it all, and he still says, I have loved you with an everlasting love.
Yeah.
That feels like a truly profound leap. How does the source manage to bridge that gap between our, flawed, complex reality and this idea of an everlasting love?
Well, it's precisely at that intersection, isn't it, where the core insight of this source material really shines.
Okay.
What's truly striking here, and maybe a bit counterintuitive for many of us, is how the Source stitches together our messy, complicated humanity, those triumphs and the stumbles with this unwavering divine awareness.
Right.
It's not just that the Creator knows it all, it's that this knowledge actually precedes and informs a love that is fundamentally unshakable.
Unshakable.
Even in the face of our perceived flaws, the Source explicitly states that this love isn't some general sentiment for the masses. It says, it is personal, it is directed, it is yours.
Wow. Personal, directed, yours.
Exactly. This isn't the kind of love that says, I'll love you if you get your act together, or I'll love the best version of you,
Yeah, the conditional stuff we're used to.
Right. The Source dives right into the unconditional aspect with incredible candor. It states, you are loved. You with your bad habits, with your hidden shame, with your struggles that no one sees. You with your kindness, your laughter, your moments of quiet courage. It's a comprehensive embrace, isn't it? Not just of our polished presentation,
Yeah.
but of our whole selves, every hidden corner and every public triumph.
That now aspect you mentioned is huge, but let's be honest, in a world that often measures our worth by what we do or achieve, how does the Source help us actually internalize this, well, radical idea that we're loved as is? Are there specific challenges it addresses for someone who's really struggling to believe this, maybe in the face of their own self-criticism or past mistakes?
That's a critical point, absolutely, because our societal conditioning, well, it often sets up conditional love, doesn't it? We're sort of taught that worth is earned through performance, achievement, or, meeting certain expectations.
Yeah, check the boxes.
Exactly. And the Source directly confronts this. It stresses the now aspect of this love. It says, God does not love you as a future version of yourself once you fix everything. He loves you now. He always has. He always will. This is a profound reorientation, really. It's almost a paradigm shift.
A paradigm shift.
Yeah. And for someone struggling, this text offers a powerful counter-narrative to those internal voices of shame or maybe external judgments.
Okay.
It suggests that the value isn't something we earn or lose, but something inherent, something divinely bestowed. Imagine that.
Yeah.
It challenges us to reconsider the very nature of love itself. If divine love, as it's presented here, is truly unconditional, then it's not dependent on our actions, our moral scorecard, or our success. It simply is.
It just is.
Which can be incredibly liberating, I think, for someone who feels stuck in that cycle of trying to prove their worth.
Yeah.
It's about accepting love as a gift, not a reward you have to earn.
It's a powerful and, frankly, comforting idea, this unconditional love. But I can see how for many, especially if you've experienced conditional love in life,
Right.
it can feel almost too good to be true, or maybe even a little abstract. So what does this all mean for us then, this deeply personal, unconditional, everlasting love? The Source really drives home the profound implication of this love on your inherent significance. It boldly states, if you had never lived, the world would be missing something irreplaceable.
That's a big statement.
It really is. That's not just a nice thought. It's a direct counter-argument to all those negative self-beliefs we often battle, In a culture that sometimes makes us feel like, cogs in a machine, or that our worth is tied to our productivity,
Yeah.
the Source makes it crystal clear. You are not an accident. You are not unnoticed. You are not replaceable. It's an affirmation of intrinsic worth that exists completely apart from what you achieve or what others think of you, or even your own self-perception on a bad day.
Yeah.
It's saying your existence, simply by being, has irreplaceable value.
Precisely. And what's truly fascinating here is how this perspective inherently bestows profound value upon every single individual, regardless of their achievements or external validation.
Right.
It grounds your meaning not in what you do, but in simply being. The creator of the universe, the Source says, affirms that your life has meaning. That's a powerful statement that really challenges us to look beyond the conventional measures of worth we usually use. Think about it. In a world where we often compare ourselves to others, right? They're to those curated social media feeds or to impossible standards.
All the time.
Yeah. This Source offers a radically different lens. It's saying that your value isn't diminished by someone else's success, nor is it inflated by your own. It's just this inherent quality of foundational truth. And this shifts the internal dialogue, from am I good enough to I am good enough because I am loved uniquely and everlastingly.
Yeah.
It's like a deep breath in a world that constantly asks us to hold our breath, sort of waiting for approval.
That's a great way to put it.
It changes the very source of our significance, moving it from all those external factors to an internal, divinely affirmed reality.
That's a beautiful way to put it, changing the source of our significance. Now, this isn't just like abstract philosophy or some feel-good sentiment, is it?
No, not at all.
The source actually moves into a life application section, offering practical steps for living this understanding out. It encourages us to remember this truth, especially when that self-doubt inevitably creeps in. It says, the next time you're tempted to believe the lie that you don't matter, stop and remember this truth. God's love for you is everlasting.
That's a powerful intervention right there.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it emphasizes the absolute unshakable nature of this love using incredibly strong language. You cannot out-sin it, you cannot outrun it, you cannot undo it.
Wow.
It's framed as this immutable force, right? Regardless of your actions or where you are.
Mhm.
And for a practical, tangible reminder, the source suggests, write Jeremiah 31.3 somewhere you'll see it often.
Yeah.
Imagine having that daily visual prompt, that quiet whisper of truth, just to counter those moments when you question your worth. It's simple, but potentially profoundly impactful.
Absolutely. And that suggestion, writing down Jeremiah 31.3, it's not just about, rote memorization, is it?
Right.
It's about internalizing this truth and really allowing it to transform how you engage with the world, how you live your daily life. The source encourages us to live today as someone who is deeply loved,
Right.
forgive more freely, walk more boldly, and rest more fully in the arms of the one who made you.
Forgive more freely, walk more boldly, rest more fully. What does that actually look like in practice, though?
Well, let's break it down. To forgive more freely might mean letting go of old grudges, maybe both against others and against yourself.
That's hard.
Yeah, because you recognize you're already forgiven, already accepted in this framework.
Okay.
To walk more boldly could translate into, say, pursuing that dream you've shelved because you were afraid of failing.
Yeah.
Or maybe speaking up for what's right, knowing your inherent worth isn't contingent on the outcome.
Right, you're secure already.
Exactly. And to rest more fully, that's perhaps the most challenging one in our always-on world, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
It means finding peace in simply being, trusting that you are held even in uncertainty, rather than constantly striving to earn your place.
Letting go of the striving.
Yeah.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture, then it suggests that embracing this belief isn't just about personal comfort. It's actually about empowerment. It's a foundation from which you can approach the world. So how does this perspective empower someone to navigate daily life with more confidence, more resilience, and maybe even more compassion towards others? It feels like it would have a ripple effect.
Oh, it absolutely has a ripple effect.
Yeah.
I mean, when you truly believe you are loved without reservation, it fundamentally changes your posture in the world.
Your posture. Okay.
Yeah. Imagine approaching a difficult conversation or a challenging project, not from a place of fear or this deep need to prove yourself, but from a deep internal sense of security. That's real confidence, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And compassion.
Yeah.
Well, when you understand you are loved, despite your own imperfections, it naturally fosters empathy for other people in their struggles.
Makes sense.
You become less judgmental, perhaps more understanding, more willing to extend grace, because you yourself have experienced it, according to this view.
Right.
It allows you to move beyond maybe self-preoccupation and engage with the world more generously, more courageously. It's really a profound transformation from the inside out.
It really does sound like a complete reframe. Okay, so to recap our deep dive today, we've explored this profound idea that despite being one in billions, you possess an irreplaceable uniqueness. We've seen how, according to the source material, you are known truly and intimately by the Creator and loved with a personal, unconditional, and everlasting love.
Yes.
A love that acknowledges every part of your story, not just the polished highlights.
Exactly, the whole thing.
And this belief, as we've discussed, it bestows upon you an inherent, irreplaceable value and meaning, regardless of external validation and the practical application. Well, it's about carrying that truth with you, letting it inform how you live, how you forgive, how boldly you walk through life, and how deeply you rest.
Yeah.
It all circles back to that core message from Jeremiah 31.3. I have loved you with an everlasting love.
And this really raises an important question, I think, for you, the listener, to consider long after this deep dive is over. If you truly lived every day believing you are loved with an everlasting love, how would it change the way you see yourself? And, just as importantly, the way you treat others?